Today we're here for an eviction suit. Cause number today's case is J2B25-0703. I have Riverside Apartments as a plaintiff and Rita
Yes,
Brown.
sir.
You, Ms. Green, or your representative filed a petition, which is a sworn complaint in my court, indicating that the defendant defaulted in terms of release by not paying rent for the months of July through October. I already know this is a tax credit property,
Yes, sir.
so this is the CARES Act applies. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you, Ms. Green, the opportunity to speak first. It's up to you to provide proof to me that the defendant defaulted in terms of release and that you did everything you were legally supposed to do according to the property code. Then once you're through, I'm going to give you, Ms. Smith, Ms. Brown, sorry, Ms. Brown, the opportunity to defend yourself. And it's going to be up to you to provide proof to me that you should not be evicted based on the complaint of non-payment of rent. Now, it's going to be a little respect factor when we do this today. Ms. Green's going to speak first. And so you, Ms. Brown, you're not going to interrupt her while she's speaking, okay?
Okay.
All right. And then afterwards, you're going to defend yourself. And while you're speaking, Ms. Green is not going to interrupt you. All right, Ms. Green?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Ms. Green, you can proceed on with the case against the defendant.
Okay. Well, I want to start out by saying Miss Brown has done her recertification, and as of July of 2025, she has not paid rent since that moment. And she actually took over this lease in June of 2024. Her grandmother was originally in the unit, and the grandmother removed herself from the unit, and Ms. Brown actually took over, and I have submitted the lease amendment where she took over the unit as of June of 2024. And at that point, I wasn't the manager here. There were other issues that took place with the previous manager that I cannot actually verify or speak on. So all of my paperwork and documents are moving forward as of 2025, starting July of 2025, solely to her not paying her rent.
Okay. She is subsidized housing. So what is she responsible for his monthly rent?
She is responsible for 400, I'm sorry, should have my glasses on, $452 monthly. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
As of August 1st, that is what she was responsible for. I'm sorry, I said July, but it's actually August 1st that she was responsible for that, because we gave her credit in July. Since this situation has taken place, she spoke with my regional manager, and my regional manager took a look at her ledger and saw that she was due a credit for July. So starting August, September, October, she has not paid rent at that point.
Okay, your petition state that she didn't pay rent for July, but this was after you found this information afterwards.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. So we gave her credit to try to assist her. I mean, because she's a good resident. So she spoke with my RPM, and my regional manager took a look at her account and made her aware that, okay, July, we understand, we have your credit. You don't have to pay, you didn't have to pay July's rent, but as of August, you do owe the 452 as of August.
Okay, so so you're amending your petition to just looking for August through October.
October, yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is just okay. So I got the amendment. Okay. All right. So notice to vacate. You indicate that it was placed inside of the unit. Tell me a little bit more about that. How was it placed inside of the unit?
Well, we actually took it to the unit and handed it to who actually answered the door that was of age.
Okay, so you actually personally gave it to someone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you said placed inside of the unit. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Well, when I walk over there, when I have to do everything before I go over there. So as I was walking over there, yeah, when they answer the door, okay. If they don't answer the door, I'm definitely going to place it inside the unit. But that's kind of what we have to fill out all that out before we get over there. So
I was referring to your petition, not the notice to vacate. Your petition, yeah. So that's why I hadn't even got to the notice to vacate. But so pretty much you're amending, you're amending petition not only for the rent, but also how the notice was delivered, because that's what you typed in
Okay.
on your petition, that it was posted on the inside of the unit, but it was actually handed to someone. Was that
Yes,
person the age of 16 years of age?
yes, it was Miss Brown.
Okay, it was actually Miss Brown that you handed it to.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
person delivered. All right, and that was done on the 10th of August.
yes. Let me
That
get
was
that
a
to you.
30-day notice to vacate.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you filed several documents with me, and then I have a copy of the 30-day notice to vacate. It's dated August 15th, but you gave it to her on the 10th.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the reason why is because we were actually in communication with Miss Brown. Like I say, she's a good resident. And she kept telling us, oh, I'll be in there tomorrow. Oh, I'll be in there tomorrow. Oh, I'll be in there next week. Oh, I'll be in there, and we were steady trying to work with her. And it just got to the point where, okay, I have to go forward. I have to move forward, Miss Brown. I can't continue to get those promises from you and you're not abiding your word.
So you gave her another notice on the 19th of
The 10-day
September.
notice?
Yeah, so so you gave her a 30-day notice, and you gave her a 10-day notice, letting her know that, she still not in compliance. Is that what
Yes,
it
sir.
is?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Okay, you filed a ledger that showed the tenant. It's been with you
Yes,
for a while, as you stated under oath, and it shows the transactions that the tenant made all the way
yes,
up until June. It does not indicate, as you mentioned, the credits that the tenant received for the
yes,
months prior to August. Okay, all right. Okay, so you also provided me with proof that she's not in the military and a lease. And about this is the recertification. Okay, all
yes,
right.
sir.
Okay, let me give the tenant the opportunity to defend herself. Um, and before I get started, to your knowledge, the tenant is still residing at the property in question? Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right, Miss Brown, you've
Yes,
heard
sir.
you've heard the case against you so far. Here's your opportunity to defend yourself. Go ahead.
Okay, so I actually didn't move in June of 24. I actually moved in April 12th of 24. When I did move in, like she stated, it was some other issues. When I moved in, I had to pay 973 of, I don't know why, but again, like she stated, I'm dealing with that situation as I speak. I had to pay $973, I guess, to move in the apartments. Um, and as far as in the notice, okay, let me start back. As far as in the credits, I have spoke with the corporation office. She stated that the credit was applied on on in July for $224 because I overpaid previous to this situation. Okay, so I only have one notice that I received, and I picked this up in the office, which was gave to me on August 15th. It wasn't gave to me August 10th. Um, but at this time, it still have the 111 on there for July, and it still have the 452 on there for August. But I had already spoke to corporation, which she told me that I only owe 228 for August. Okay, when I spoke to Miss Dashina, she's still telling me that I at the time she told me that I owe 608, but I had had a credit applied which was 224, and I also was only supposed to pay 228 for the month of August, not 452. Again, like I stated, I didn't receive no other notices. I only got this one that I received from Miss Nay, which was on August 15th.
Okay. Did the corporate office, did they send you an email or anything confirming that you only owe 228 for August?
I have a video recording if that'll work.
You have a video recording of the conversation?
Yes, sir.
Did you present that to Ms. Green prior to today?
No.
Is there a reason why? Because that's part of your defense.
Well, at first I was trying to pay. I did try to take in a money order. Miss Green told me she wouldn't accept it. She needed all of the rent, which is the 452 for August, 452 for September, 452 for October. But I'm not understanding how I owe 452 for August, which I was already told that only a credit was applied of 224 and I only had to pay 228 from corporation.
So let me ask you this, Ms. Brown. You let's say that the video does show that you owe that you had got a credit of 228 for August, right? So if we take 228 from 452, that still leaves what, 200 and what, $24 that you owe for
Well,
August?
the 224 was the credit, which will leave 228 for August.
Oh, so you actually owe 228 for August. So let's just say that you have this video that you got from corporate office, you never presented it to Miss Green, and let me ask you this next question. Did you attempt to pay the 228 for August prior to the notice to vacate expiring that you received on August 15th?
I tried to take in the money order. She told me she wouldn't,
Okay.
not accepting it. She want the whole payment.
All right. How long is this video?
I can get straight to the point if you need me to, or you can hear, Miss Lindsay told me that I need to pay.
All right, good. Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you go ahead and summarize that, shorten that video up, and I'm just gonna go to Miss Green while you're doing that. Miss Green,
Yes.
so
Yes, sir.
tell me a little bit more about, the defendant stated something in regards to her only owing 228 for August. Is that any truth to that or any documentation from corporate office?
No, sir. The only thing that when I spoke with my corporate office was that Lindsay stated that she had a credit for July. Because in July, her rent was 111. So she did make, when she was making payments, she was making like $10 more payments on her past account. So once my manager took a look at it, she had a credit that covered her July's rent because she did not pay rent in July as well. So that credit covered her 111 July's rent with her late fees for July. So that was all that I was made aware that her credit was for. When speaking with my manager, she stated, but she still owes August to October's rent.
Okay. All right. Ms. Brown, let me hear this video.
This is Miss Lindsay and me and my conversation, which is corporation.
$220 and your August rent hit for $452, leaving a $228 balance. You paid nothing. Charged a $30 late fee, and then your rent hit for September for $452, bringing your balance to $710. You paid nothing. Added a late fee of $29, bringing your balance to $739, and now your October rent is hit. So it's $1,191 that's for non-payment of rent for the last 3 months.
Okay, so that's the recording right there. I can let you hear it again if you need to.
Go rewind it back a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
And a $228 balance you paid.
Okay.
I threw the ledger and I clicked up all the weird on there.
She said it was at stuff.
I need to be able to hear her clearly because there's a part in there before you aired it, played it. I need to hear that part.
She said, I think.
Yeah, it looks like when you moved in, when I went back to the ledger and I cleaned up all the weird late fees and stuff that were on there. Everything was good and has been good, like I said, until
August of this year when you did not pay, basically.
Correct.
You had a credit of $224, and your August rent hit for $452, leaving a $228 balance. You paid nothing. You charged a $30 late fee, and then your rent hit for September for $452, bringing your balance to $710. You paid nothing. You added a late fee of $29, bringing your balance to $739, and now your October rent is hit. So it's $1,191 that's owed, and it's for non-payment of rent for the last 3 months.
And Judge, the last time I actually spoke with her, that is the balance that I gave her plus the court fees.
So your manager told her that as of October, she owes $1,191. That is all of
Yes.
September, all of September, all of October, and a portion of August.
Yes, sir.
But you're saying that she still owes the full amount for August, but that's not what your corporate office is telling her. Based on this recording.
Okay, but her balance is the $1,100. After she spoke with my manager, I still told her when she just last week when she walked up to me outside, your balance is $1,100, and I couldn't give her exactly what it was because we were outside, plus her court fees. So even with the balance of what her and my manager spoke of, and I wasn't aware of that, I still gave her only what this balance is. She still hasn't paid the rent. So I told her the balance that I have is $1,195 plus the court fees. And she said, oh, so about $1,300, give or take, is what you will owe. And that will bring your balance to a zero. And she said, okay, I'll bring it in before we go to court. I have not seen her since. So
Okay.
I can understand that even with what my corporate office made her understand that she owed, before she cleaned up her ledger, I gave her what was owed.
So next question, when did she's stating that she attempted to pay
She
what was
did not.
due prior to you all prior to the 30-day notice expiring. So if she also swore to me that she came into the office and picked up the notice to vacate on 15th, meaning that you gave it to her, somebody gave it to her on the 15th. All right. And if we go 30 days from the 15th of August, that leads all the way to September 15th. So the question is, did the tenant attempt to pay the amount that she owed, even if it was reduced from from August to September, which would have been right around $739? Did the tenant come in and attempt to pay that?
No, sir. She
All right.
came in and asked us what her amount was each time she walked in the office. She did not have a money order in hand to pay at any given time she walked in this office.
And if she would have attempted to pay the $739 prior to the 30-day notice expiring, would you have accepted it?
If she would have had a money order in hand.
All right, Ms. Brown. So I need a little more. You know, I heard you. You know, even considering the reduction in August, according to the plaintiff, which they have cameras all throughout that apartment complex. Did you have a
Yes,
money
sir.
order in hand? Did you have a money order in hand in the amount of $739 as of September the 15th of 2025? Going to the office to pay.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Done deal. All right. It's gonna be a judgment against you, ma'am. The amount of $1,132 plus court costs, which is an additional $144. So, I'm ruling in favor for the plaintiff. You have the right to appeal. Appealing means you disagree with my decision and you want your case heard all over again by another judge in the court, which is the county court of law. In order for you to appeal my decision, you would have to post an appeals bond of $904. You have so many days to appeal the case. If you so you have it's pretty much roughly 6 days from today's date, counting weekends, to appeal it. If you do not appeal it within the 6 days and you're still staying there at that unit, then Ms. Green, can take the next legal actions against you, which is the filing of a writ of possession. If it gets to that point, the constable will serve you with a 24-hour notice to vacate. If you do not comply with the constable's notice, then they will be back over there to act as security. And then the maintenance personnel will be able to safely and peacefully remove all of your personal belongings from inside of the unit and place them outside of the unit. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, but I do have a question. How much do I owe? Because I'm trying to figure out. I still don't know.
I cannot force them to take your money. So in regards to what you owe, you need to get with Miss Green if they want to accept your money. It's clearly up to them. But this is the judgment. So in regards to you paying and staying, that is something I have no control over. So usually once it gets to this point, there is no pay to stay.
Okay.
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 All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
What you doing?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Till next time.